got to turn around.
They did this painting of James McConnell, and this is of him as an aviator in 1918. And it's actually a sculpture that is located in Virginia, in Charlottesville. And this is in Carthage, North Carolina. And the next place we're going to be at, they have a little monument to James McConnell. And just go attack the day today in your neighborhood.
When war broke out in Europe, James McConnell enlisted. He served into the field service, and then he enlisted in the French army with the idea of training for aviation. His plane went down over Lafayette Escadrille in France, and he was buried there. And he always had the idea he was going to be buried where he fell, which actually really happened to him. And on the wall that you see here, the person that sculpted the monument in Virginia is also the one that planned the South Dakota Mount Rushmore Memorial.
Today we're standing at the McDonald Airfield, and behind me you see a tower, which back in the 1920s they used to fly mail to certain airfields, and they would drop the mail, and that tower is what was like the mail tower. And they would do this during the daytime. They would drop the mail during the daytime because they only had 72 hours to get the mail for like night overdue mail, to get to the next place from San Francisco to New York to wherever it needed to go. And they would travel, if it was night mail, they would have to travel it through the trains to get where it needed to go, and then they would drop it airmail during the daytime. So join me today, and we're going to keep continuing on our journey, so keep watching. Lieutenant Robert Hoyle, Upchurch, 23rd Fighter Group, 74th Squadron, U.S. Army Air Corps. Missing in action, killed in action, October 6, 1944. A member of the famous Flying Tigers, home at last, April 8th, 2006. Dedicated April the 7th, 2012. East meets West. Senator Harris Blake and Dr. Lyon have worked tirelessly since '06 to maintain goodwill between the U.S. and Hunan Province, China. Both countries fought together to defeat Japan in World War II. 60 years later, the relationship was renewed when a fallen soldier from Moore County, Lieutenant Hoyle Upchurch, was identified in Hunan through DNA. So these monuments are for him at this area. And there's the North Carolina flag and the American flag. So a plane called the Junkyard Dog at this airfield. Here's one of the monuments for Robert Hoyle Upchurch up here at the Carthage Airfield. If you're ever in Carthage, North Carolina, come to this airfield. Not only do they have monuments, they also have a restaurant called the Pick and Pig. And it's a famous restaurant for their barbecue. So come and check it out and go attack the day in your neighborhood.
James McConnell was quoted in a book called The Flying for France, and this is what he said: "These sandhills will be forever, but the war won't, so I'm going."